We begin in the constructive rest pose. Letting the body settle down into the floor. Feeling the points of contact. Let the feet relax, and then see if you can find an even contact between the ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe, the center of the heel on each foot. Picture that little triangle of support. And then draw the attention up to the pelvis. Let the back of the pelvis sink evenly, right side and left side, into the mat. Imagine spreading your back pockets. Soften in the low belly. Soften in the hip crease. Keep sinking the back of the pelvis down. Continue to relax the muscles of the abdominals and feel the natural spinal curve, feeling the natural space behind the lower back. Follow the spine up. Feel the pressure between the shoulder blades. Spread the shoulder blades wide. After you've been lying down for a few seconds, sometimes you can find a little more space there. Relax out through the arms. Feel your shoulders dropping down towards the mat. Draw the chin towards the notch of the neck. Feel free to use a little pillow behind the head if that helps you to lengthen the back of the neck. Couple more relaxed breaths, settling into gravity. Allowing gravity's pull to bring your body into this relaxed, neutral position. And then continuing with the sense of leaving everything you're not using passive, just focusing in on the muscles that we are isolating to begin with. Starting with the pelvic floor, picture the diamond formed by the tailbone, each one of the sit bones and the pubic bone. Take an inhale with that diamond in your mind's eye. And then exhale, draw all 4 points inwards towards the center, drawing together towards the perineum, gentle engagement of the pelvic floor. And then relax it. Let yourself sink into gravity. Let the back pocket spread. Soften the low belly. And picture your transversus abdominis. Big, broad, elastic belt underneath all of the other muscle layers in the abdominals. Take an inhale. And exhale. Gather your transversus around. Start at the spine and come around the sides. Think of it as a belt that buckles beneath the belly button. And then relax that with the inhale. Return your attention to the pelvic floor. And with the exhale, gather the pelvic floor gently in. This time add a little bit more engagement. Squeeze the sphincters. Draw the perineum up towards the crown of the head. And then relax that effort. Letting the back pocket spread, soften. Bring your attention back to the belt of the transversus, and with the exhale, gather it around. Really picture it going all the way around, so you're supporting your spine with this action. And then relax with the inhale. Giving into gravity, softening completely. Hopefully there's no movement in the pelvis or spine yet at this point. Now I'm going to add the two together. Inhale to prepare. Exhale first, engage the pelvic floor, squeeze the sphincters, lift, gather the belt around, and then maintain while you inhale. And renew while you exhale, a little bit more engagement, keeping the shoulders relaxed for now. And then soften with the inhale. Let yourself give into gravity. Sink the tailbone, broaden the shoulder blades, drop the back of the head, balance the feet. And then bring the arms down towards the sides of the body. Continue to work with the back of the neck lengthened, the chin drawn down towards the notch of the neck as we go into arm lifts. Supporting the neutral spine and pelvis with the inner core. Inhale, float the arms straight up towards the ceiling. And exhale, engage the inner core, reach the arms back. Keep the lower back neutral. Keep the pelvis steady. Inhale, arms float up. And then exhale, relax your arms down to your sides. Let everything go for a moment. Release completely. Let yourself sink down into the floor. And again, inhale, arms float up to the ceiling. Exhale, engage the inner core to stabilize the pelvis and lower back. Reach back with the arms. Your arms can be bent, your ribs may be moving. Inhale, arms float up. And then exhale, bring the arms back down to the sides. Let everything relax. Once again, like that. Inhale, arms float up to the ceiling. Exhale, stabilize with the inner core and reach back. And inhale, bring the arms straight up to the ceiling. Feel the arm bones drop into the shoulder sockets. Pause there with the arms in vertical. And then reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then drop your shoulders down onto the mat and settle the arm bones down into the shoulder sockets. And do that again. Reach up towards the ceiling. Your shoulders will curl up off of the mat, but keep the neck long. And then drop the shoulders down, drop the humeral heads down into the sockets. Do that one more time. Reach up. And then drop the shoulders, drop the arms into the sockets, and pause there with the arms in vertical. Then we're going to bring the hands behind the head. Interlace the fingers, open the elbows out nice and wide. Maybe you're going to get a little stretch in your armpits there. As you inhale, feel how your ribs are flaring and the back ribs are pulled a little bit away from the mat. As you exhale, pull the front ribs together and then draw the back ribs down into the mat like you're making an imprint with your ribs into the mat. Inhale, let that go. Feel the ribs flare and pull a little bit away from the mat. Let the arms open wide. And exhale, unflare the front ribs and pull the back ribs down into the floor, letting them imprint down. And relax with the inhale. Feel the ribs flare. One more time, unflare the front ribs, imprint the back ribs. And now keep that imprint and unflare and inhale. Don't let the ribs flare while you inhale. Breathe high up in the chest. And renew the imprinting and unflaring of the front ribs. And then let it go. Let everything relax completely. Now we'll combine the inner core and the rib action we were just doing to go into some head lifts. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, inner core first. Knit and imprint the ribs. And then lift the head, keeping the lower back neutral. Inhale, lower back down. Let the ribs flare. Relax everything as you inhale. And exhale, re-engage. Inner core, ribs knitting and imprinting, lifting the head. Feel those back ribs pressing down into the mat. And then release and lower back down. Let the ribs go. Let the elbows be wide. One more time. Exhale, inner core first. Knit and imprint. And lift the head. Now stay up. Continue to imprint. We're going to take the crazy fish. Exhale, side bend. Right elbow towards the right hip. Breastbone keeps facing the ceiling. Inhale back up into the center, and exhale, side bend, left elbow to left waist. Inhale back into the center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Keep the sternum facing upward. The pelvis is stabilized with the inner core. Exhale, side bend to the left. And inhale back into the center. One more each direction. Exhale, side bend. And inhale, return to the center. Exhale, side bend to the left. And inhale to the center, and then lower your head down. And relax your arms down to your sides. Take the arms wide, palms up. Let everything relax for a moment. And very slowly turn your head one way. Move very slowly like you're moving through honey. Pause to one side. And turn back into the center. And then roll over to the other side. And back into the center. And let everything relax. Now we're going to float the arms up to the ceiling. Bring the arms into this neutral resting position with the humeral heads dropping straight into the shoulders. Feel the release in the shoulder girdle. And we're going to reconnect with the inner core and the obliques to steady the pelvis as we take the alternate leg lifts. Arms stay relaxed, floating up towards the ceiling. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, engage the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs, and then with the pelvis steady, inhale the right foot up off of the mat and lower it back down. Keep the pelvis steady, keep the ribs reaching down in a diagonal to the opposite back pocket, and anchor to lift the left foot up. Absolutely no movement in the pelvis. Float the knee up and bring it back down. Keep knitting and imprinting. Ribs reaching out down to the floor and to the back pockets. Lift the right foot up, steady pelvis, shoulders easy, neck relaxed, lower back down. Re-anchor, take the left foot up, and lower back down. One more time. Stay connected in the deep core and the obliques. Inhale, right foot up, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, left foot up. And exhale, lower down. And then bring the arms down to the sides. We're going to do the dead bug, which is a combination of the arm lifts and the alternate leg lifts. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, engage the inner core, knit the back or knit the front ribs, imprint the back ribs. Inhale, right foot and arms lift. Now exhale, extend the leg out long and reach your arms out behind you. Keep the back ribs imprinted, flex your foot. Inhale, bend the knee, float the arms up. Feel that release in the shoulders. Keep steadying the pelvis. Exhale, lower the right foot, bring the arms down to the sides, preparing to take the left foot up. Inhale, left foot up and arms to the ceiling. Keep stabilizing the pelvis. Exhale, reach away from the center. Keep the back ribs down. Flex your foot back, neutral spine. Inhale, arms float up and bend the left knee. Keep stabilizing the pelvis, ribs to the back pockets. Lower the arms and the left foot. Preparing to take the right foot up with the inhale, right foot up, arms up. Steady pelvis. Exhale, reach away from the center. And inhale, bend the knee, float the arms up. With the exhale, lower the foot, lower the arms. Keep the pelvis steady. Check in with your belt. Check in that the ribs are reaching to the opposite back pockets. Inhale, arms and left foot up. And exhale, reach away from the center. Check your back ribs. Keep them imprinting down to the mat. Inhale, arms up, bend the left knee. And exhale, lower the arms, bring the left foot down. We're going to do it one more time with each foot. Keep stabilizing the pelvis. Reconnect with your inner core. Inhale, right foot and arms up. Exhale, knit, imprint the ribs, reach away from the center. And inhale, arms float up, bend the knee. Keep stabilizing your neutral spine as you lower the foot. Bring the hands down, pelvis absolutely still. And inhale, left foot and arms up. Exhale, reach out away from the center. Keep the back ribs imprinting. And inhale, arms float up, bend the left knee. Exhale, lower the foot. Bring the arms down to the sides. When everything is down, then release. Notice, hopefully there's no movement in the pelvis when you release because you stabilize the lower back. Hopefully we kept the neutral pelvis the whole time. Take the arms wide, return to your neutral rest position for a moment. Release into gravity, let the abdominal muscles go. Soften in the neck and shoulders. And now keep the arms wide and relaxed. We're going to do a compound leg lift to prepare for the pistons. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, find your inner core and emphasize the reach of the right ribs down to the left back pocket as you lift the right foot up. Then you're going to keep the right foot up. Imprint the back ribs and bring the left foot up to join it. Try to keep those back ribs really steady on the mat as you make that lift. No little jolt as you take the foot off the floor. 90-degree angle at the hip and at the knee. We're going to maintain this angle behind the knee as we do the pistons. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, inner core, ribs knit and imprint, and reach down with the right foot. And inhale, lift back up. Nice and slow. Just lower down on your exhale and up on your inhale. Exhale, lower down. Keep the back ribs imprinting. Your arms should be relaxed. Neutral spine in place. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower. No movement in the spine. All of the movement is contained in the hip crease. Exhale, lower the left. And inhale, lift back up. Again with the right side. Check that your back ribs are down. Your shoulders are relaxed. And exhale the left foot down. We're going to do one more set. Keep stabilizing your neutral pelvis, imprinting the back ribs. Lower the right, tap the toe and lift. And exhale down with the left. And back up. One hand on each knee. Let your knees pull in towards your chest. Feel your back flatten for the first time this morning. Take a moment there. And then relax the knees out wide. Check that they're really flopped. So if you take your hands off, they're just going to flop there in space. Keep this sense of looseness in the hip joints and start just jiggling your legs around a little bit. And it's okay if your pelvis moves slightly. And then we're going to move into some circles. So gradually let that little jiggling of the legs turn into a hip circle where you're stirring your thighs around. Without the hands, the legs flop. So the hands and arms are the power. It's okay if the pelvis is moving. And reverse the circles. Flop the legs around in the hip socket. The idea here is to relax the muscles of the inner thigh and hip flexor. So if you're stirring your legs around like this without your hands, you're using them. You want to soften them. Okay, once again, one hand on each knee. Gently pull the knees in towards the chest. Check in with the back of the neck. Draw the chin down towards the notch of the neck. Then very gently press the back of the head down into the mat or your pillow. And then relax that press. Do that twice more. Gently press. As you relax it, don't let the chin jut towards the ceiling. Just relax the sense of pressing. One more time. Exhale, press the back of the head down. And then relax. Okay, lift the legs back up to a neutral tabletop. Find your neutral lower spine. Right angle at the hip, right angle at the knee. Engage the inner core. Take the ribs, knitting down in the front to the opposite back pockets, back ribs imprinting, and then lower the right foot down. Keep the pelvis absolutely neutral, keep the back ribs imprinting, and then bring the left foot down to join it. Pause and relax. Again here, hopefully no shifting of the shape of the lower spine or pelvis if you actually did stabilize neutral. Prepare for a compound leg lift. This time we'll start with the left side. Inhale. Exhale, find the inner core. Find your knit and imprint. And we're going to bring the left foot up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Imprint and raise the right foot up. Pause right there. And then we're floating the arms up towards the ceiling and dropping the shoulders down. Keep your hands as they are. fold your knees a little bit more so you bring your heels close to your sit bones, and without using your hands, exhale and pull your knees close into your chest. Lower back will flatten. Check that the back of the neck is still long. Now keep the knees together and draw a circle on the ceiling. Roll around. Feel your back ribs imprint, come back into your tuck position, and then reverse the circle. See if you can move below the waist as much as possible and above the waist not at all. Keep the back ribs imprinting, come back to the tuck and reverse the circle. Shoulders should stay relaxed, arms should be still. If they're moving back and forth, then you're not stabilizing with your back ribs. So keep those back ribs down, arms steady in space, shoulders stay dropped. Good, one more circle. And then on one hand on each knee, pull the knees in towards the chest. Feel your lower back flatten. Now we prepare for the 100. So if you move the knees away at arm's length so that the elbows straighten, you're going to find your neutral spine again. Then lift the feet back up to your neutral tabletop. Bring the arms down to the floor for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, engage the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs. Press the back of the palms down to the mat, and then lift your head, chin in towards the chest. Knit your ribs together, extend the legs out if you like it. Exhale, pulse the arms 5 times, and inhale, pulse for 5. Exhale for 5, and inhale. You can also do this with your knees bent. Exhale for 5, and inhale. The neutral spine should be in place. Exhale, and inhale. No strain in the back. Exhale for 5, and inhale. If the neck gets tired, please put your head down for a moment. Gently press it back into the floor and then lift back up. Exhale, chin in towards the chest. Knit the front ribs. Inhale. Eyes should be on the thighs. And inhale. One more set. Exhale. And inhale. And then exhale. One hand to each knee. Put your head down. Relax down into the floor. Flatten the back. Turn your head slowly from one side to the other. And then rock slowly from one side to the other at the back of the sacrum. And then return into the center. We're still flattening the lower back by gently pulling the knees into the chest. And keep that sense of the lower back being flattened. And put your left foot down on the floor. And keep flattening the lower back. Pull the pubic bone to the belly button. Straighten your left leg out. And draw the right knee into the breastbone. Now bring your right hand down to the floor wherever it's comfortable. We're going to go into a twist. As you exhale, left hand is going to pull gently on the right knee over towards the floor on the left. You may not get all the way down. Feel what feels good in the hip. Gentle pressure with the left hand. Releasing towards the floor. Not trying to get anywhere in particular, just feeling the stretch. Adjust the right arm to where it's comfortable. If you like, you can turn the head and look over to the right side. And breathe slowly into the twist. Relax the right shoulder. Nice, slow breaths. Feel how the inhale fills the left side all the way to the back left ribs. If you pull your belly button back while you exhale, you can get a little bit more stretch in the hip and lower back. Then we're going to come back into the center. So center the head, roll onto the back. Bring both hands to the right knee to the breastbone. Feel again the lengthening of the lower back and the lengthening of the front left thigh. Then bring your left hand down on the front left hip or left thigh. Keep your pelvis still. So we're going to wrap our belt around without moving the pelvis. Bring the right knee out to the right armpit. Make sure your belly button is still pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Left hip is down. You can push down on the left hip a little bit. Feel the inner thigh stretching, the front left thigh stretching. But be sure that you're not tilting to the right side. Keep the back left of the side of the pelvis down. And then pull the right knee back into the center. Now move the knee out just a little bit. Feel your neutral spine reform itself. Just a little space behind the lumbar curve. Feel your tailbone rooted down into the mat. Your left leg is still straight out underneath you. Extend the right leg up to the ceiling. Hold the back of the leg. Drop your shoulders down. Point the toes and flex the foot back. And point and flex. And point and flex. Point. Now keep your point. Think of your kneecap pulling towards your hip socket. Relax your arms down. We'll circle the leg 5 times in each direction. Make sure your tailbone is down. Both sides of the back of the pelvis evenly weighted. They'll make the circles smaller. If you want to put your hands on your hips to feel how still you're being, go ahead and do that 5 times one way, then 5 the other. Check your back left ribs, back left side of the pelvis. And when you're done, bend the right knee, pull it into the chest. And then bring your left knee into join. One hand on each knee, gently lengthening the lower back. Gently lengthening the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders. Feel that the lower back is flat and keep it flat as you straighten the right leg out onto the floor underneath you. Take a moment drawing the left knee to the breastbone. Then relax the left arm out to the side. And with your right hand, pull your left knee over towards the floor on the right, going into a spinal twist. You don't have to touch the floor. Relax your left shoulder. Gentle pressure with the right hand. Turn the face to the left if you like. And use your breath. Inhale to expand the ribs all the way down into your left lower rib cage. And then exhale, pull the belly button down. Feel the gentle increase of the stretch in the lower back and the hip. Slow, full breath. And we'll roll back onto the back. Put both hands on the left knee and bring it towards the breastbone again. And then right hand comes to rest on the front right hip or thigh. Without allowing the pelvis to tilt, bring your left knee out towards your left armpit. Keep the right hip down. The right back ribs down. Keep breathing into the stretch. And then bring the left knee back into the center. Release the stretch just a little bit till you get your tailbone down, neutral spine in place. Wrap your belt around, knit and imprint your ribs, and extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Support the leg, root down through the tailbone, point the toes to the ceiling, and then flex and pull the knee, toes to the knee. Point up and flex back. And point and flex. Point. Now maintain the point. Pull your kneecap towards your hip socket. Relax the arms. You can place your hands on your pelvis or take them wide. Circle 5 times. Right side of the pelvis, right back ribs. Really be aware of keeping them down on the mat. Nice and level and still through the pelvis, no matter where the leg is. 5 times one way, and then 5 the other. Keep rooting the tailbone down. Keep your belt snug around your hips. Keep the leg active. Pull the kneecap towards the hip socket. Get your hamstring as stretched as it can be. And then we're going to bend the left knee into the chest and bring the right knee in to join it. Once again, gentle stretch for the lower back. Check that the back of the neck is lengthening. Relax the shoulders. And return to a neutral tabletop. Right angle at the hip and at the knee. Arms relaxed. Inhale. Exhale, reconnect with your inner core, the knitting and imprinting of the ribs, and reach the left foot down to the mat. And continue to stabilize the pelvis. Bring the right foot down. And let everything relax. And exhale, re-engage the inner core. Knit and imprint, and then keeping the feet passive, pull the pubic bone into the belly button. So try not to press into the feet. Tilt the pelvis without engaging the buttocks. And keep the lower back flattening. Straighten the right leg out. And continue to flatten the lower back. Straighten the left leg out. Lower back is flattening. Bring the right knee back in. Keep flattening the lower back and bring the left knee back in, and then relax to neutral. Hopefully there's a difference there when you relax that. Exhale, reconnect with the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs. They're in neutral now, and then keep passive in the legs. Tilt the pubic bone into the belly button. The lower back might not get flat down into the mat, but it's moving in that direction. And then extend your left leg out, sliding the heel out away from you on the floor, still flattening the lower back. Pull pubic bone into the belly button, straighten the right leg out. And now we're going to relax. And reach the arms up overhead. Feel there's a big arc in the spine now. As you exhale, bring that down to a neutral, so not all the way flat, but the back ribs are going to come down, the front ribs are going to knit. And we'll take our supine side bend, keeping the back of the pelvis steady. Walk the feet a little to the left, make sure that your right hip stays down. Feel your back right ribs. You want to keep them reaching down to the mat and walk the upper body also over to the left. Cross the right foot over the left. Grab a hold of the right wrist. Breathe slowly. Reach the right hip down, the right ribs down. side bend for the right side. Put the breath into the armpit, into the side ribs, into the waist, down into the hip. As you exhale, think of your belt. Bring it snug around from the spine, wrap it around the whole pelvis and lower back. Inhale, stretch into the right side. And reconnect with your belt of the transverses as you exhale. Do one more breath like that. And then we're going to move into the center. Uncross the ankle. Bring yourself into the center. Let everything go. Again, a big arc in the lower back. And then imprint the back ribs down and find your neutral. Takes a little bit of work to maintain a neutral in this position. We don't need to go all the way to flat, but keep the ribs down and then walk the legs over to the right. Make sure your left pelvis is still in contact with the mat. Walk the upper body over to the right. Left ankle over the right. Hold the left wrist. Reach down into the mat with your left hip and your left ribs. And breathe into the left side. And exhale, reconnect with your belt of support. Keep that left hip down. Slow breath into the left side. Support the exhale. And anchor so you have something to stretch away from. Inhale, expand the left ribs, the waist, the left hip. And reconnect with your inner core. And then bring it back to the center. Uncross the legs. Let the arms relax. Inhale, big stretch. Lower the arms down to the sides. Take an inhale here, you're in your neutral. As you exhale, engage the inner core, didn't imprint, and then tilt the pelvis, get the back to flat. We're going to complete the heel slides, bringing the left heel in first with a flat back. And then the right side, keeping the back flat, slide it in. And then release. And relax in neutral. I bring the knees into the chest, just rock a little bit from side to side. And then we'll turn over onto the left side. Rest comfortably with the left arm under the left ear, or you can place the support of a blanket under the left ear. Arm can come out to the front if that's more comfortable. Find a place where the neck and shoulders are at ease. Relax with the knees just comfortably bent. Let the belly drop down into the floor. Soften into gravity. Rib cage sagging. Soften the waist. With your exhale, take an inner core engagement and then an organ lift, lifting your organs up off of the mat. Feel that lift around the waist. Keep that left waist active and your organs lifting towards the ceiling. Straighten both legs out and continue to lift your organs. Bring the right hand behind the head. Relax the left arm, and as you exhale, take a side bend. Crazy fish on the side and lower back down. Keep your organs lifting away from the floor. Try not to brace off your left arm as you exhale to lift and inhale to lower down. Organ lift the whole time. Exhale up and inhale down 2 more times. Keep the organ lift and the inner core, side bend and lower. Try to relax the left arm 1 more time. Exhale and lower it back down. Return the top hand to the waist. You still have your organ lift. Fingertips could go to the floor if that's better for you. And exhale, lift both legs up. Top leg up and down 5 times. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Now before you go to the lower leg, I want you to really squeeze the inner thighs. Be working way up here and lower the bottom leg and lift back up. The work is at the inner thighs, right at the juncture of the pelvis and the leg, not down in the feet. 5 times there. Then we're going to go forward and back 5 times. Make sure that the ribs and shoulders are still. Better to put your fingertips down than to be rocking with the ribs to counterbalance. Stay nice and steady. After 5 in each direction, come to the center. Go to take 5 circles with the top leg. If it's better to put the bottom leg down, go ahead and do that. Relax the neck and shoulders. Fingertips can come onto the floor. And then reverse for 5. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Flex the feet back, squeeze the toes. Point the feet forward, open the toes, and pull back. Go slowly. Squeeze the toes, point, fan the toes, and flex. One more time. Squeeze, point, fan, flex. Now your feet are flexed and your toes are spread. Reach out with the toes spread. Grab something, squeeze, and pull back with the toes squeezed. Open, reach, squeeze, grab, and come back. One more time. Lower both legs down, relax the feet, let everything go for a moment. We're going to do the internal, external concentration at the top of the hip as far as the movement of the internal and external rotation. With your exhale, engage the inner core and the organ lift again. Raise the top leg, point your toes. If you just glance down, you should have a straight ankle, not your toes pointing down towards the floor. Straight ankle. Keep the ankle straight. Roll in at the thigh. So try not to reach your toes down towards the floor. Just roll in at the thigh. And then lower the whole leg towards the floor. You may or may not touch the toes down. Come up. Flex your foot back. Roll out. And then reach the heel down towards the front. Again, you may or may not touch the floor. That's not important. Just keep the roll out. Lift. Point. Roll in. Keep the wrists, the ankle straight as you reach back. Come up. Flex. Roll out, reach the heel down. One more time. Lift up, point, roll in, stretch down, lift, flex, roll out, reach the heel towards the front, and come back into the center. Rest the leg down and relax. Bend both knees. We're going to go into the 0-degree clamshell position. So your knees are straight underneath your head or as close to that as your hip flexors will allow. Feet are behind you. Engage the inner core. Find your organ lift. Stabilize the pelvis. And just 5 slow repetitions today. Keep the right hip forward. Move very slowly. Feeling the work in the buttock as you roll the thigh out in the socket and bring it back down. As the thigh rolls out, the hip continues to face forward. One more time. And relax completely. And shift to the 45-degree position. Knees at the front of the mat, feet underneath you. Let everything relax. Check that your right hip is rolled forward. The knees should be aligned right over each other. Relax around your waist. Leave the organ lift passive. Engage just the inner core, just the pelvic floor and the belt. And put the belt as low as you can, right around the hips. Then roll out in the socket and lower back down. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Roll out in the socket and lower back down. And roll and lower. Try to relax through the left leg and the left buttock. Roll the right leg. And one more time. And then completely relax. And one more position, 90-degree angle at the hip, feet and knees at the front of the mat. Neck and shoulders relaxed and comfortable. Right hip forward. Check that the top knee is forward. Relax the organ lift, engage the inner core, and slowly 5 times here. Roll out and lower. Check your left leg. You should feel minimal work there, or we're aiming to feel minimal work there. So if you feel a lot of work, reconnect with your inner core. Concentrate on the muscles in the right buttock doing the work. When you're done with 5, relax. Now we're going to go on to the stomach. And stretch the arms straight out in front of you, forehead on the mat. Legs relaxed, a little bit separated. Keep the elbows down. Exhale, inner core, knit the ribs. Raise the chest and head. Draw the shoulders down the back to the length in the front of the body. And then relax back down. 2 more times. Use your exhale to engage the inner core, knit the ribs. Float the chest up, draw the shoulders down the back. Feel a stretch in the whole front of the body and release back down. And one more time. Exhale first and then float the chest and head up. Draw the shoulders down the back. Relax the buttocks and the legs. And then relax. Okay, move back into a child's pose for a moment. And then stretch out on your right side. Right arm under the ear, or again, hand can come forward with the support under the ear here. Bend the knees comfortably to begin. Place the left hand on the waist. Let everything relax. Give into gravity. Inhale, prepare for the inner core and the organ lift. Exhale, organ lift, or inner core, then organ lift. Feel your organs lifting up off of the floor. Keep them lifting and straighten both legs out. You're continuing your organ lift. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift both legs up. Again, fingertips can go on the mat in front of you if necessary. 5 times up and down with the top leg. Really squeeze the inner thighs together and lower the bottom leg up and down, or down and up for 5 times. The motions at the inner thighs. On the 5th one, squeeze the inner thighs again. Reconnect with your inner core and your organ lift 5 times forward and back. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. Rib cage should be still. Pelvis should be stabilized. Just the legs moving. After 5 there, return to the center. Squeeze the inner thighs and circle the top leg 5 times. Feel free to bring your right leg down if you need. And reverse. And then squeeze the inner thighs, flex the feet, and reach out. Squeeze the toes. I'm sorry, I did it reversed. Squeeze the toes, point the feet, fan the toes and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, flex. Now reverse. Reach out, spread the toes, grab something and squeeze and pull back. Open, squeeze and pull back. And one more time. And then release. I'm sorry, I just realized I forgot your crazy fish. So we're going to do that before we finish up with the legs. Re-engage the inner core and the organ lift. Take the left hand behind the head. Relax the right arm down. Try not to brace there. And exhale, side bend. And inhale, lower. Exhale, up. And inhale, down. Organ lift and lower down. Twice more. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. And last one. And then return the hand to the waist. Reconnect with the inner core and the organ lift. Raise the top leg. Look down your leg. Point the toes and lengthen the front of the ankle. And then keep the front of the ankle long and roll the thigh in the socket. And then reach the whole leg down towards the mat behind you. Doesn't matter if you touch or not. Try not to distort the ankle. Flex your foot. Roll the leg out in the socket and reach the heel down to the front. Lift, point, roll the whole leg in, and then reach down behind you. Lift, flex, roll the whole leg out, and take the heel down to the front. One more time each way. Roll in, point, whole leg reaching down, and come up, flex, roll out, heel down towards the front, and back up into the center. Then relax, both legs down. And then we'll find the 0 degree position for the clamshells. Knees directly underneath you or as close to that as your hips allow. Engage your inner core and your organ lift. Please move slowly as you roll the left leg out in the socket and bring it back down. Stabilize the pelvis. Reach your left knee away from your head. Roll and release. Roll out in the socket and lower it down. 2 more times. Keep it slow. Keep specific what the action is. When you're done, relax completely. And then move to the 45-degree angle. Soften in the belly. Organ lift passive. Align the pelvis. Align the knees. Engage your low inner core. You want the belt, it's a hip hugger belt now, right around the hips. And 5 times slowly, roll the thigh out in the socket. Stay as relaxed as you can in the right leg and buttock. Exhale to lift. Take your time. Roll the leg out. Release. Do it twice more. Keep gently pushing the left hip, the left knee forward. Let everything relax. And now we go to the 90-degree position. Again, the organ lift is passive. Engage the inner core. Press forward with the left knee and hip and roll the thigh out in the socket. Snug belt around your hips. Keep the left hip forward. When you're done, roll over onto your back. Take a relaxed neutral position. Reconnect with your inner core and knit and imprint the ribs. Stay steady in the pelvis and the ribs. Lift the right foot up and then cross the right ankle to the left knee. Settle the back of the pelvis here. Make sure you're not tilting over to the right side. Keep your tailbone right in the center. And then lift your left foot up. Reach your hands behind the thigh. Right hand will be between the 2 legs, holding the back of the left thigh. Get your tailbone down onto the mat and then extend the left leg up. Stretch the hamstring on the left side and then bend the knee and come back down. Twice more. Stretch up, reach it long, and bend the knee and come back down. Last one. Stretch up and bend. And now, if you like, let the lower back flatten. Adjust the hold on the leg if you prefer to hold a different way. but still keep in the center. Careful not to drift over to the right side of the pelvis. Lengthen the back of the neck. Feel the stretch in the right hip. And then support with your inner core as you lower the left foot to the floor and then the right. Relax into neutral. And re-engage. Steady the pelvis as you lift the left foot up and cross the left ankle to the right knee. And lift the right foot. Support the back of the right leg. The left hand will be between the two legs. Tailbone down, neutral spine and pelvis as you extend the right foot up to the ceiling to stretch the right hamstring. And bend the knee. And reach up. And bend the knee. One more time, straighten the right leg up. Bend the knee. And then go ahead and let your back flatten if you like. Adjust the hold. Feel the stretch in your left hip. Relax your shoulders. Slow breath. And then support as you lower the right foot down, uncross the left foot ankle, come back into relaxed neutral. Re-engage the inner core. Stabilize and lift the right foot up, and then the left. Bring the hands behind the head. Inhale, feel the ribs expand. Exhale, knit and imprint the ribs, then lift your head. And we're going to go to a slow motion crisscross. Inhale in the center and exhale to one side, straightening the other leg. Inhale back into the center and exhale. Reach on the other diagonal. Inhale to the center and exhale, slow motion. Twist one way. Inhale to the center and exhale the other way. And inhale back into the center. Exhale, twist, stabilize the pelvis. Inhale to the center and exhale, twist the other way. Stable pelvis, inhale center, one more each direction. And inhale to the center. Lower your head, bring your knees into your chest. Feel the length in the back of the neck. Bring the feet down onto the floor. Bring your arms down at your sides, palms down onto the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, engage the inner core, imprint the back ribs, keep your elbows straight and raise the arms up towards the ceiling. Check that your wrists and elbows are straight, imprint in your back ribs. Keep your arms straight and your back ribs imprinted and reach behind you, neutral spine. So don't let the ribs flare. You may not touch the floor with the fingertips, it's okay, but keep the arms straight and come back up to the ceiling. Pause in the up position. Reconnect with the inner core, knit and imprint. Keep your arms, your hands, your fingers straight. Reach back again. Only touch the floor if you can keep the wrist straight. And back up to the ceiling. Soften the shoulders. One more time. Stabilize and reach back with your exhale. Keep those back ribs down and the arms, the wrists, the fingers straight. And come up to the top. And then bring your knees into your chest. Plug the knees in. Rock them from side to side. And then roll over to one side. And prop yourself up. And that'll do it for today. Thank you for being here. I'm off to watch soccer, and unfortunately, I will also be being soccer mom on Wednesday night. So one more week without a live Wednesday class, but after that, we will get back onto it. So thank you for being here. I will see you next Saturday. Let me know that you're here, and if there's anything you want special attention on, let me know. Okay, take care, be well. Thanks, bye.